Oh, Jesus. This is a 2016 Kia Sorento. It's a limited model with all-wheel drive and the 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. At 240 horsepower, it's not fast, but it does get almost 30 miles per gallon. When you compare it to its competition, $45,000 seems expensive, but when you start adding up the options that it has inside, it's actually pretty impressive. Inside the Sorento Limited is a pretty nice place to be. I love the stitching up here on the top of the dashboard. It feels like a nicely bound book. Leather surfaces, Napa leather even. The color is called Merlot on the seats and the dash panels, or the door panels. It's nice. I like it. My wife did not from a color standpoint. I don't think it's for everyone, but I think the contrast between that and the black is very nice. There's a lot of piano black accents around the inside. Nothing feels cheap. It passes the tap test as you look through. Everything feels like it's pretty well put together. There's actually something behind it. From an engineering standpoint, they did a pretty good job. So in the back, this does not have the third row, but it does have quite a bit of room inside because of that. You're supposed to be able to put your foot underneath it here and have it open up. The only time I actually was able to get that to work was when I did have 5 soda containers in my hand. So short of that, you press this button here, and looking inside, like I said, it's pretty impressive. You get a pretty solid amount of room. You can hide quite a bit of bodies back here. Well, I say hide. I don't think there's a cargo cover in this model, but if there is, it's missing. Maybe that's what they wrap the prostitutes with. But in the back, there is quite a amount of room. Alright, let's see what this thing can do in the corners. Just down here, engage sport mode. Oh, that's eco. We don't want that. Alright, sport mode engaged. Let's see what happens. Alright, my first real challenge of a corner here. See how the steering feels coming out of it. A lot of elevation change through here. Decent throttle response out of the 2-liter turbo. Once it's up to speed, it's pretty quick. The trick is getting it up to speed. Toss it through a corner here, see how it does. A little roll. Try braking. Pretty good pedal feel. The 2-liter wheezes a little bit coming out of those corners. Although it has as much torque as the V6. Actually, it has more torque than the V6. sliding. I'm not hearing a lot of tires squeal. For the average commuter, it's going to do what it needs to do. And that's really sort of the point of the crossover, and I think that it serves a purpose. Some are better than others. This one is actually quite good. And I think that's where the average buyer is going to have to decide whether they want sedan, fun to drive, SUV practicality, or something in between. And that's really where we're ending up on this, is that it is a little bit of everything. So it can't be unbelievably good at one particular thing. There's always going to be a compromise. That's kind of the nature of the beast. And I think it actually works pretty well. Kia's done a good job with this for the money. Excuse me. It's got a lot of great features. It looks nice. The interior is fantastic. So I think it's a pretty job well done, in my opinion. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. So what are my final thoughts on the Kia Sorento? Two things. One, crossovers. You either love them or you hate them. If you like a wagon, my thought is you should generally like a crossover. I get it, the center of gravity is higher. It's not going to corner quite as well as a wagon. We love wagons, right? However, this does everything a wagon does, and probably a little more, because let's face it, it's taller right here. If I were in a wagon, I'd be slunched down quite a bit in the back here, filming this final thought. So, crossovers. If you like a crossover, Kia makes a damn good crossover. If you don't like crossovers, give them another shot. We really like the CX-5 we had on here a couple weeks ago on RFD. So crossovers, I think they make a really good hybrid between an SUV and a sedan. So they're car-based, we get that. That's a good thing. It makes them handle a little better. But the center of gravity is higher. The steering's a little light, you know, compared to something sportier. We understand that. Kia makes a very good crossover. So I think if this said Lexus, BMW, Acura, it's believable. When you look through here, this trim is quite well done. It's quite well put together. It's a very nice place to be. On the outside, this blends in very well. We had it parked next to a bunch of other German, Japanese, American luxury cars, and I think it hangs with all of them from a fit and finish standpoint. It's nice to drive, it rides well, it does everything you need it to do. It may just not be quite as fast and fun as you want it to be. In RFD, that's what we're about, right? We want fast and fun. There's a larger engine. This is a 2-liter turbocharged, 240 horsepower. There's a 290 horsepower V6, so that's another 50 horsepower. Torque is the same, so consider that if you're concerned about going a little faster. You're going to give up some miles per gallon. But overall, the assessment of this car is it's quite good. Kia has made a very good car. I'm curious over the long term if their brand can survive being compared to other luxury makers. Read the other reviews. Kia makes very good cars, so does Hyundai. So I'm curious to see how that goes over the long term, but in the short term, we really enjoyed this car, and we appreciate the chance to review it. So when you're shopping for a crossover, shopping for a wagon, shopping for an SUV, don't shop for a minivan. In the end, this is a quite good one, and we would definitely consider spending our own money on it. So good luck out there, and we'll see you on RFD later.